Welcome back, everyone. A busy news day. We begin with this breaking news. We've been following that decision that was made by the District Attorney General in the officer-involved shooting here in Metro.
DA Glenn Funk says there will not be any charges filed against Officer Joshua Lippert in the Jocques Clemmons case. We have team coverage tonight of that decision and how it's causing conversation around Nashville tonight. Let's start with Jonquil Newland, who has more on how the DA came to his decision. Jonquil.
Yeah, good evening. The press conference lasted about an hour and a half, and officials with the district attorney's office went step by step through the facts of the case before they talked about their decision to not pursue criminal charges against Officer Joshua Lippert. Attorney General Glenn Funk detailed what happened between Officer Lippert and Jocques Clemmons on February 10th.
Mr. Clemmons instead stopped and armed himself in the middle of a physical altercation with Officer Lippert by picking up the handgun. After picking up the handgun, Mr. Clemmons once again fell to the ground, and as he stood up, he turned to run again. At one point, the handgun was pointed in the direction of Officer Lippert. Officer Lippert fired 3 times, striking Mr. Clemmons once in the hip, twice in the back.
A report by the Metro Nashville Police Department, which concluded on March 27th but was not released to the public until today, was a part of a major discussion during this afternoon's meeting. The 2 reports came to the same conclusion, but who did the investigation is an issue for the district attorney's office. They outlined 4 major concerns regarding MNPD's report findings. A few of the concerns regard potential bias and the fact that the MNPD report recommended Officer Lippert be exonerated long before the DA's investigation was over. On that note, the DA did mention the TBI's investigation and the fact that it has not been released to the public yet. The DA has filed a petition to unseal the TBI's report. There were a few faith leaders in the audience as well today, one of whom voiced their discontent with the DA's decision not to file charges.
It is extremely disappointing to have no charges filed against Officer Lippert in this case. This will continue to impact the community's lack of trust in MNPD and the belief that officers are not held to the same level of accountability as citizens, particularly citizens of color.
Criminal charges will not be filed, but that does not mean this is over yet. Mayor Berry also got up and spoke as well. She mentioned that the MNPD, or the Metro Nashville Police Department, will now begin an administrative investigation into Officer Lippert's actions on that day to determine whether or not he should be disciplined. Live outside TBI headquarters, I'm Jonquil Newland, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Jonquil. Tonight, Metro Police Chief Steve Anderson is responding to the DA's decision. News Channel 5's Kyle Horan has more now on what Nashville's top cop has to say tonight.
Officer Lippert will continue with the police department. There will be a use of force board, and that will be used to make the decision, the chief said. He also said there's no timeline for a decision. However, he did not say whether or not Officer Lippert was exonerated in a criminal or legal sense. The Office of Accountability has completed their report, but that's only part of what is used for the chief to make his determination. He said he might have other questions about what happened. Chief Steve Anderson also says there was no bias in the department's investigation.
I can't put a connection to anything that we've done on this case or other cases that indicates any bias. So you can make allegations of bias, but unless you can show me some reason why that we looked at something in a manner that it should not have been looked at, I just can't address it.
So the takeaway is this: the chief doesn't know quite what he's going to do yet. Also, there's no timeline for any decision that he will make. We do know that Lippert is working in an administrative role right now, and he is on vacation, but that is just coincidentally. The police have a plan in place in case there are any protests that take place tonight. Reporting, Kyle Horan, News Channel 5.